Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Bayu Rizkiawan. I come from 12 MIPA 4. In this, I will read about the debat text with motion is the death punishment must be given to a corruptor. The provision of the death penalty for convicted criminals in Indonesia is still a matter of debate to this day. Some consider this type of punishment to be a deterrent, because it's given the most severe punishment. But there are also those who oppose it for various reasons. For example, because the death penalty is considered ineffective, it creates a sense of deterrence. One of these opinions comes from the executive director of the Institute for Criminal Justice Reform, or ICJR, Anggara Suwaju. He conveyed a number of examples of countries that apply the death penalty for corruptors. In fact, the corruption rate there is still high, one of which is China. For this reason, efforts in the form of prevention are considered more effective to overcome this type of crime. ECGR views that eradicating corruption will be much more effective if it maximizes preventive measures through improving the government system and law enforcement in order to have a high level of transparency and accountability. Second one, in community approval. Previously, President Jokowi stated that the death penalty might be applied if it received approval from the public. He expressed this when answering a student's question at SMK Negeri 57 Jakarta, Sunday. That is the first will of the community. If the community wants that in the draft criminal code for corruption, it can be included. Once again, it also includes what is in the legislature, said Jokowi as quote from the Kompas.com article. Of the many parties who reject the possibility of giving the death penalty to convicted corruption offenders, one of the parties who feel they have no burden from this is the Attorney General S.T. Burhanuddin. He claimed to have no burden to execute the death penalty if the law legally stipulates it. We run the law, there is no burden. We run the law, why should we be burdened? Currently, the new law regulates the implementation of the death penalty for corruption preparators who commit crimes in the midst of an economic crisis and natural disaster. The law has not regulated. There are certain things we can apply the death penalty for certain reasons, he said. Another figure who agrees with the death penalty for corruptors in the coordinating minister from politics, law and security, Menko Polhukam Mahfud MD. Mahfud said that he had approved of this idea from the start, especially if the amount being corrupted reached a large number. Yes, if the death penalty depends on the judge and prosecutor. I have always agreed with the death penalty for corruptors because it destroys the pulse, blood flow of a nation. It's damaged by corruptors, said Mahfud. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.